Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Well, I am just coasting along. Y'all stay tuned. So today we are going to make something that's useful to every home. We all probably have a few of these lying around, and we can never have enough because you always need them, especially if you have large numbers of people over at any one time. And this project, even though we are not doing a whole lot of scrap crafting anymore, this project is ideal for using up some of your scraps. So I am going to show it to you right now. And here it is, guys. We're going to make a wonderful set of coasters. And that's why I said this is perfect for scrap crafting, because you can take all of your scraps and just make up a set of coasters, and they don't have to match. You can just have an eclectic set, and that's just as good as a match set. But you're going to see just how easy it is to make these, how functional they are, because we can place something on them and it will not seep through. And then we're protecting our furniture with what we're going to put on the back. So, and these I especially love because I am truly a British literature fan, American literature fan. But when I found this paper by Anna Griffin, and it is just filled with sonnets by William Shakespeare, oh, it just warmed my heart. So I had to get this. And when I was thinking of making coasters, I thought this would be ideal because you can always have these sitting around, and although they are out of order, you can still read some of what's on here, and it's just beautiful. So let me show you what we are going to need to make this, and then you guys stick around because if we make something like this, we at least need some type of packaging to hold it. Okay, so to make our coasters, we need 4 pieces of chipboard, and I use a medium weight that measure 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then we have 4 pieces of decorative paper that measure 4 by 4, and I am using this wonderful Disney paper. And on the back side you've got black and white stripes, and on the front you've got Minnie Mouse in her pink and black and red outfits. So I think it's just really, really cute paper, especially if you are a Disney fan. So I have already made 3 coasters, and I made 2 of them in the stripes, and I've already made 1 in the Disney print. And then I'm going to make this 4th one with you guys because it really is super, super easy. All right, so what I've done is I've placed some Mod Podge on my little backer sheet here, and I am using a matte finish, and I've got a little pouncer. So I am going to take this, fill it with some glue, and then I'm just going to pounce all over this because I like that rough effect that you get when you pounce the Mod Podge instead of spreading it on with a brush. Okay, so I'm going to get this nice and saturated, and then I am going to come back with my sheet, and I'll just lay my chipboard down on my little decorative sheet, and then I'm just smoothing out everything to give me a nice little finish. All right, so I slid the backer sheet out of the way for just a minute because I am going to come back and just trim off the excess. And then I'll bring my sheet back in, and I am going to get my Mod Podge and just go over this, and I'll let it dry completely, and I'll go over it 2 times. And then I'll also go along my edges to make sure that no water penetrates. And we'll let this dry, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so once we have our first layer dry, we're going to come back and just pounce again and put down coating number 2. Usually if I'm Mod Podging photos or decoupage paper, I'll come back and go over between layers with steel wool just to smooth it out. But this time I don't want to do that. I want to just make sure that I have that rough finish to these coasters. Okay, and don't forget to go along the sides. I'm going to let this dry before I try to do my sides, but you want to just pounce and go around your sides and get those nice and covered so no wetness can penetrate through. All right, guys, so my front is dry, and I went ahead and put a layer of Mod Podge on the back, and I am going to go ahead and put the second layer down with you guys, and we'll let this dry, and then we'll come back, finish off the back, and we will place our little feet on the back. And if you don't want to use Mod Podge, you can certainly use any type of a sealant. You can use a spray sealant, which I use from time to time, but this time I chose to use Mod Podge, but you don't have to. So I'm going to let this dry and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so while that coaster is drying, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the packaging idea that I have for these, and it really is sweet and adorable. So it's just this little box, and I made it out of chipboard so that it would be sturdy enough to hold our coasters. And then I made this one, and I wanted to make it just a little bit more romantic looking because it did have, you know, William Shakespeare in it, and so the sonnets are just beautiful, so it needed a beautiful romantic little box. And these boxes will hold 6 coasters comfortably. So I have 4 in mine, but you can put up to 6 in this box, and it makes a great little set. It makes a great little seller for your craft fair. So if you make these, package them up in a cellophane bag and make a cute topper for it, and you have a wonderful little item to set out on your table for sale. These are absolutely adorable, and we're going to make ours now while that coaster is drying thoroughly. So we need a piece that measures 5 by 11, and on the 11-inch side we're going to score this at 4 1/8, 5 1/4, 9 3/8, and 10 1/2. Then let's rotate it to the 5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/8 and at 4 1/2. And the paper that I'm using for this is from Cricut, and it is the Mickey Mouse collection, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Every now and then Cricut will have these wonderful sales on their website. They had a huge sale last year, and I think I got buy 2 get 1 free, or it might have been buy 1 get 2 free. Can't remember what it was, but I did stock up on my Disney themed papers, and I am finally getting around to using this on camera. I've used it for projects that I've had and books that I've been asked to make, but I've never used it with you guys, and I'm able to do that today. So we're going to come back to this and just fold and burnish all of our scores. And then we need to come back and remove 2 pieces. We're going to have a small corner piece on the narrow strip that we have here, and then we'll have a long rectangle piece on that same narrow strip. Let's go ahead and get rid of those, and I'm going to do it from this side because it's easier for me to see. So I am going to just take out that piece, and I'll go ahead and get rid of this piece. And now I'll come back, and I am simply going to go along the bottom. Wherever I have a score mark, that's where a tab is going to be. So I am going to angle cut on both sides of that score mark to create tabs. And guys, this really is box making made simple. We don't have to go through all of that fuss to have a beautiful box. Very easy process. So now we're going to come in on the end, and I'm just going to angle that in just a little bit. So I'll flip this over, and now what I want to do is I want to place my covered chipboard pieces. And the way that we do that is we're going to place these so that they fall inside of our score marks, top and bottom. We don't want them overhanging onto the score mark. So I am going to bring in my glue, and the piece that I'm about to put down measures 4 by 3 1/8. So I am going to place it inside of my score marks, just like that. Flip it over and get that glue stuck down. Then I'm going to do the other one. Place it inside of my score marks. Make sure I've got it matched up with this one. Come back, get that stuck down, and now I'll put in my 1 by 3 1/8 inch strips using the same process. So I'm going to place that down inside of my score, and I'll go ahead and do the other one. Make sure I've got those nice and straight and even. Now I can flip this over and I'll make sure those are stuck down. So now I want to take this piece and I'm just going to fold it over and give my box some cuteness on the inside. So let's fold over like that. Come back with my bone folder. Get this covered. Wasn't that simple? So now we're going to put our box together and it's going to be very easy. We are simply going to take this glue flap here, place some glue on it, and I am going to glue it to the outside of the back. And you can place yours on the inside if you like, but I am okay with that being on the back side of my box. It is not a distraction. So now we have a box, and what I want to do is I am going to fold in my sides, add just a little bit of glue to them, then I'll fold in the back piece and get it stuck to that, and then I'll put glue on this piece. We'll get it stuck down, and just like that, guys, we have got a super sturdy box. Now you can come back if you like and put a piece of chipboard in the bottom of this. I don't think it's necessary because you're doubling up that paper and this is not a heavy project, so it makes it very easy. So our coaster is now dry, front and back. We've got 2 coats. This is very, very waterproof, and you might notice that because we put Mod Podge on here, the board wants to warp, and that's natural. So you can just flatten it out and it'll go back to its shape. So just take your hand, work it out. And now I am going to add my little feet to the bottom. And what I'm using as little feet on here are really just bingo chips, solid white bingo chips. So I am going to put dots of glue, and I'll take these little chips and just get them worked into that glue. And guys, I'm all about finding creative things to use in my crafting, things that may have a purpose for something else, but will also work in our crafting. And then I'll put my 4th one down. I think I need to add just a little more glue there. And let's put that down. And while that's drying, I am going to do a very simple decoration to this box because I don't want to take away from the cuteness of the mini paper. So I have this sweet little lace rosette that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's one of the wedding rosettes from the His and Her collection. And I am just adding some glue to the back. And I'm going to take this and just stick it down just to give that just a little bit of something something. Okay, so now that my little feet are dry, I will bring in the others and you can see what a fun and cute set we have. And you know, when you have something like this in your home and you have an event going on, these are just so cute and just a fun way of having something for your guests to set their drinks on so that your table and your furniture doesn't get damaged. And this is just so cute, and especially if those guests happen to be Disney lovers. So I am going to take my cute little coasters that are just so easy, so easy to make, guys, with the box that is just as easy. And I'm going to take these, put them down inside of the box, and there we have a finished set. Like I said, if I was giving these away, I would package this in a cute cellophane bag with a cute topper on it so that none of this is covered up and you'll be able to see the cuteness of what you have inside. I'm going to bring the others back in because I want you guys just to see how adorable these really are. So, so cute. And on these, I was even able to take stickers and place them down before I did the Mod Podge, and then Mod Podged over them. So they are completely stuck down and won't be coming up and won't get damaged. But you can see just how gorgeous these are. Such a fun and easy project. And it's one of those projects that no matter your skill level, whether you're beginner or advanced in crafting, anyone is able to do this and end up with a result just like this one. It is that easy. So guys, again, go into those scraps. Let's make some coasters. Let's take those scraps and turn them into something useful. Now you've got gifts galore that you can give to people made completely from your scraps. So guys, I hope that you have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.